to the Reinventing Yourself Thinner and Healthier video series. This is part 1, and we're going to talk about the reasons that many of us are overweight or even obese. Our lifestyles include much less physical activity than in years past. Many of us eat for reasons other than hunger, maybe for emotional or stress reasons. We eat larger portions of foods today than we did even 50 years ago. We often have a lack of knowledge as to the best kind of foods to eat. We have a lack of support related to living a healthy lifestyle. Everywhere we look, we're surrounded by unhealthy foods and advertising that tries to get us to eat those unhealthy foods. Many of us are addicted to sugar, and that is a real addiction. As we get older, our metabolism slows. We may even develop insulin resistance. The artificial sweeteners and sodas sweetened with artificial sweetener or with sugar, either one, tend to encourage weight gain. If we're sleep deprived, that encourages weight gain. Often our lifestyles are so hectic and we lack time, and we just don't have time to think about eating healthy. And we could have food intolerances such as gluten intolerance. Now, why can I help you? I'm Sharon Ball, and I've spent the last 30 years in healthcare, first as a nurse and then as a nurse practitioner. And I've counseled many patients on healthy lifestyles, healthy eating plans, and how to lose weight. I have a master's degree in community health and wellness promotion and another master's degree in geriatric health and diabetes management. I'm a mid-level provider at a medical weight loss clinic. I've seen fads come and go, and I can address all the different causes of weight gain. We don't gain weight for one reason, we gain weight for a variety of causes. Now remember that this information in this little video is not intended to take the place of advice from your medical provider. It's for educational and informational purposes only. It's estimated that 70% of Americans are overweight or obese, not just adults, but children and adolescents also. Obesity is a problem not just because being overweight carries with it a negative connotation, but because being overweight has been linked to a number of diseases, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Are you overweight? An easy way to figure it out is to look over here on the right side and find your weight in feet and inches, and then trace a line from your weight across from right to left, and then come down from the top where your weight is. Find the number of pounds up here across the top, and go down from top to bottom with a line from your weight until the two lines intersect. If they intersect in the white area, you're underweight. If they intersect in the yellow area, you're normal weight. If they intersect in the orange area, you're overweight. And the pink area is obese. BMI stands for Body Mass Index. Often, if we're overweight or obese, we're at risk for multiple different healthcare problems such as heart disease, stroke, hypertension, fatty liver, gallbladder disease, arthritis. We may have difficulty getting pregnant or have complications from our pregnancy. Now, if you think back, thousands of years ago, humans lived as hunter-gatherers and expended lots of calories just obtaining their meals. They ate mostly meat with some fruits and vegetables, and the only sugar that they ate was found in the sweeter fruits. Okay, fast forward to the 20th century, and we've got fake fats that have trans fatty acids in them. We have both parents going to work to support the family, so since there's no one staying home and spending time cooking meals, processed foods and fast foods have become the norm. We're not getting much fiber in our foods. We're eating a lot of sugary foods or sugar substitutes. Now we often eat fast foods and often supersize our meals. And although many of us are overweight or obese, we're actually malnourished. We're always hungry because we're not getting the fuel that we need. Many of us have insulin resistance, and insulin resistance encourages weight gain and makes it difficult to lose weight because insulin is a fat storage hormone. Insulin resistance leads to metabolic syndrome, which eventually leads to type 2 diabetes. To tell if you have insulin resistance, measure your waist, and if it's 40 inches or larger for men or 35 inches or larger in women, you can suspect that you have insulin resistance. When your blood sugar starts getting a little higher than normal but not high enough to be diabetic, maybe your triglycerides are high and your good cholesterol's low, or you're having blood pressure issues or fatty liver, if you have 2 or 3 of those things going on, you've probably got some metabolic syndrome symptoms. Artificial sweeteners are not the answer. Splenda, NutraSweet, those are all chemicals. They're not foods. They're not even in the plant designation. The only artificial sweetener that is natural that's actually a plant is stevia. Raw sugar, honey, molasses are natural, basically healthy, but in very, very small amounts. Large amounts of any kind of sweetener leads to insulin resistance, which eventually progresses to type 2 diabetes. It causes it because the frequent ups and downs of the blood sugars tend to lead to the insulin resistance. You'll find that once you get used to drinking water and unsweetened drinks, the sweetened beverages will no longer taste good to you. One of the first rules for eating healthy is that you have to eat regularly. You have to eat morning, midday, and evening at least. You must not skip breakfast or any meals. You have to eat regularly. And a consistent, moderate carbohydrate intake at each meal with adequate protein is the answer to treating insulin resistance and diabetes. We have to look out for sneaky advertising. Manufacturers take the fat out of foods and replace it with sugar, and then they advertise that it's healthy because it's low fat. Or they'll add water to juice and then say it's healthy because it's light. I used to eat no sugar added ice cream until I started reading the label and realized that the no sugar added version has 16 additional additives, most of them chemicals. If you see the word hydrogenated on a label, it means that it has trans fatty acids on it, or in it rather. So we need to start reading those labels and realizing what we're eating. Now, instead of eating no sugar added ice cream, I eat regular ice cream that's made out of real foods, cream and eggs and real sugar, not artificial sugar, but then I eat a smaller amount, less amount. Keep in mind that thirst can actually masquerade as hunger, so you may be eating when your body actually needs fluids. So if you feel like you're hungry, try a glass of water first. Water is a necessary adjunct to weight loss. It helps fill you up so you don't feel as hungry. It's important for energy, and it helps increase your metabolism. It's recommended that the average size individual drinks at least 64 ounces of water daily. Now, if you want more help losing weight, go to tinyurl.com/reinventing your weight and sign up for complimentary weight loss strategy call. And look for part 2 of the 3-part series of Reinventing Yourself Thinner and Healthier.